First, we're going to start with my favorite MCs, so my favorite albums from them. First one we got is Nas Illmatic. This is the 10th anniversary edition. Illmatic is one of the biggest albums in hip-hop. I think one of the most influential. Every single track on there is amazing. Nas, you can tell he really spent a lot of time on that album making it great. Then the second one I have, it's by one of my favorites, J. Rue, The Damager. It's called The Wrath of the Math. This, I believe it was his second big album he created. Really good, a lot of good stuff on here. The main reason I like him is because his rap isn't fake at all. It's not gangster rap. He talks about how a lot of people in the genre, they profess to being these really hardcore mafia-like people, but in this album he isn't afraid to say that he isn't like that at all. Next up we got my favorite rap groups. I think that rap groups in general are just better than any MC. A lot of people talk about their favorite rapper, but really I think groups of just amazing rapper after amazing MC is just the best. Nothing can beat that. So I have my second favorite rap group. They used to be my favorite, and then they got knocked down by the new guys. Is A Tribe Called Quest. This is their new album. They just came out with the 10th anniversary edition to also celebrate Phife Dawg and what he meant to the group. The songs on this are just amazing. I think it's really amazing that A Tribe Called Quest could come back 10 years later and still make good music, make music that is still just as good as their originals. And this, I felt like this album really started a trend recently of older rappers coming out of the woodwork, making new songs, making songs that celebrate old hip-hop, which some of them are really good. I think this is honestly the best one that's come out, but that's not the case for all of them. A whole lot of them are not good at all. My favorite group of all time is Wu-Tang. They got their original album right here, Enter the 36 Chambers. They're just so good. I mean, if you haven't listened to this yet, you do not know hip-hop if you don't know Wu-Tang, in my opinion. A lot of people I know don't know who they are. They're more underground, but they were just the kings of the underground hip-hop scene. Also, another thing that I like about vinyl that you just will not get from today's just streaming, Spotify, things like that. First off, the album artwork is a lot smaller, a lot less noticeable. With the vinyl, it's this giant, beautiful artwork. And if you look in the back here, you've got the track list. But then all this right here, all this is literally just them giving props to people that helped them make this album. Them really thanking every single great artist they knew, everyone that helped them with the album. And I feel like that's the difference between old hip-hop and new hip-hop, is that old, they were basically the underdogs. Back then, rock was still the big thing that everyone was listening to. And with hip-hop, they tried to build everybody up. If you got notoriety, if you got paid, you tried to bring your whole group up. You tried to bring other groups, other artists that you thought were really good. It's really nice listening to that old kind of hip-hop because you're able to find new artists, new people all the time because they're trying to build each other up. Versus today's hip-hop, now that it's because it is the main genre that everyone listens to, you see a lot of artists trying to tear each other down, trying to fight. And dissing hip-hop artists or diss tracks, they're good, but there's a difference between diss tracks, shit like that, and basically what it amounts to like an Instagram internet fight over the internet that like nobody's real, nobody like throws hands, it's just people beefing over the internet and people talk about that shit. Like that is not real at all. It's only to build themselves, only themselves, through dissing other people and getting more notoriety by saying shit talk, versus old hip hop where they built each other up. Then the last two, I got two more vinyls I want to show you. This one right here, I believe, is one of the best produced albums, one of the vinyls that really it applies to everybody, because it's not just about people. It's about I'll just show you right here. College Dropout by Kanye. In high school, I had a lot of friends that talked about this album. I had no idea what they were talking about because I never listened to it. But then I took the time to listen to it and really like see what it's all about. It's one of the best produced albums because it applies to everyone. It talks about college and the culture in America for everyone to go to college. That's something that all young people experience. In this album, he basically has a song. At least one of these songs is going to relate to you in some way. And Kanye's style really has changed now. He's much more, I feel like he gets much more into experimental beats and things like that, versus his old hip hop, which was much more down to earth, much more real. I don't think we're ever going to get that again because Kanye has reached a level of fame where he's not going to be down to earth at all. He thinks he's a god, and you know I'm not going to refute that statement. All right. The last vinyl I want to show you isn't a hip hop vinyl, but I love it. I think it's really good. They're more like an alternative. My brother started listening to this album. It's really good. I got it on the wall right there. The XX album by an artist, the XX artist. And essentially with this vinyl, when you take the sleeve out, it actually takes part of the artwork out, part of the vinyl, which I really like. And essentially all of the tracks on that vinyl, they're very chill, very just songs you would smoke a blunt and just listen to, and they're just amazing. The ultimate, if you're just stressed, de-stress music. I'm trying to add different vinyl from other genres, but right now hip hop is just my main thing I'm looking at. Yeah, thanks for watching.